Hey, welcome back. My name is Alex. I'm a freelance videographer and filmmaker, and today we're taking a look at J-Hope's More. If you want to check out the extended uncut version of this reaction, check the Patreon link in the description below. There's also a lot more BTS content over there. I feel like they've wasted no time in their solo projects. JK just did a song with Charlie Puth. J-Hope is releasing an entire album. It's pretty fast. As always, I read the lyrics, but I did not listen to the song quite yet. And I am liking this so far. It's like very cinematic. So the key is more. Look at how good it looks. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I don't know why that made me so excited. Like, BTS in the past, I know this is J-Hope's solo work, but like BTS in the past, they have amazing sets, like crazy production behind it. But some of the more like interesting camera effects and techniques and like the editing aspect, they haven't always had. And I've watched some of J-Hope's single projects too, and I've watched a couple of J-Hope's singles also. And I've watched a couple music videos from J-Hope himself in the past too, and it wasn't like crazy. So like hearing this, like the style of the song mixed with like the cinematic look of it, and then we have the robotic camera arm, like, oh my god. So that looks so good. I love the way that he's using a robotic camera arm here. I love the way that he's using a robotic camera arm here. I love the way that these look. And then like the effects. And then like the effects that you're able to do with this. So obviously his album is Jack in the Box. And then the camera like pans over and he's wearing a jester hat? Is that like a court jester? Yeah, that's a jester. He's wearing the hat. Let's take a look at that shot again. Oh, it's so like precise. Like, oh my god. It just gives it such like a raw feeling. I like it so much. This entire music video looks beautiful too. It almost looks like it's filmed on film. Like it has like this grainy texture to it. Like, look at that shot. You could see some of that grain here on his face. It just looks so beautiful. It has this nice shallow depth of field. Like, he's not that far away from this couch, but the couch starts to become blurry. Oh my god, I am very excited. The colors, it has that cinematic color grading with it too. So it has like these green, so it has like this overall like green tint to it. And then the fact that the camera's just like revolving around him using like this nice wide angle lens. I always appreciate these kind of shots. And it's not just revolving around him. We've actually seen that in the last music video of his I took a look at. But he's turning with the camera too. I like his look too. He has like some eyeshadow on, a nice dark jumpsuit. Okay. Now where is he? He's like in an office. Okay. Ooh. Trying to see if that's an effect or if that's a practical thing. This must have been so funny for them to do. He is literally like squished up upon, he's literally like squished on some glass. So they either had like a giant piece of acrylic that he had to like actually squish up against, and then they just took some photos of him. This video in general just seems so fun. Like I really like seeing this more like senior, confident, like aggressive version of J-Hope. I feel like he hasn't released a music video in quite a while, so I really like seeing that. And then I don't know if these lights are done on purpose or not, but the way that these shadows are coming off of these lights look very similar to the BTS logo. So we go from this like more green color grading to this office building, which is a lot more blue, a lot cooler tone. It's supposed to be, and blue is usually like a very soothing color. Nice slow motion there. Oh, he tripped him onto that. I didn't even realize. Oh, yes. Oh, whoa, that changed up a lot. That changed a lot. How does it fly through? It doesn't fly through. It's just a cut. What is up with their faces? Oh my god, I just realized that. I feel like this is another shot done with the robotic camera arm. I don't see any cuts visually. I don't see any cuts happening. So I think like these two sets. So I think like so I think the outside of this building, they actually built that, like just this window portion and then like the hole in the wall. The camera isn't flying through the window or anything crazy like that. And we are getting some nice parallax. We're getting nice consistent parallax, even like the reflections in the window. So I think like they actually built that window. And what they're able to do is they have these two sets next to each other, or they take that office set and transform it into this other set that we see, or they take that office set and transform it into like this performance set that we see. Either one would be fine. So because that robotic camera arm can do the exact same movement every single time, it just repeats it back and forth, you're able to duplicate J-Hope very easily from this set to the next set, and it'll just repeat that movement. I think this is the best looking. So he goes from that black jumpsuit to this white jumpsuit. Oh, the nice like handheld. It looks like he even has a piercing on his nose too. Oh, it looks so good. The chorus sounds really good too, actually. So that intensity, like it has more of like that rock feel to it. So that's why they transition from like these nice smooth movements to that handheld. That jittery aspect of the handheld gives so much feeling, so much emotion. You're able to feel like that rage. I don't know if they're going for rage, but you're able to feel a lot more adrenaline and intensity when you're shooting handheld. So when this video first started, I said that it looked like it could be shot on film. And the way that the light is reflecting off of him, the way that the light's blooming, I still think it could be shot on film, or they're using some sort of I think it could be shot on film, or I still think it could be shot on film, or they're using some sort of retro lens. Like it gives this really good retro aesthetic. Like the light doesn't just bloom, it gets discolored into like this orange look. Look at how the light falls off. Like it looks so good. I like how the chorus sounds too. He's mixing a whole bunch of genres, which is really nice. Ooh. Hallways are nice. Very aesthetic. Ooh. So this has to be like the backstory of this court jester type of character. We saw him earlier, with what I thought was a hat, but as it turns out is some sort of prosthetic. It is going directly to his brain, and he just happens to have these ears. But it's definitely more mechanical and a part of him. So it's like this version of J-Hope has always been a part of him and is now just coming out, and we're seeing that develop. These hallway scenes look really good. Again, we go back to that green tint. These hallway scenes look really good. Again, we go back to that green tone, but the hallway is just such... But the hallway is a very great device because we have these nice leading lines. And then he's walking, and all of these doors allow us to get really good. And then he's walking, and all of these doors here allow us to get a really good visual of the movement because the doors are literally moving past him on side. Because the doors are literally moving past him on every side. You can still see like that blooming from, you can still see like how the light is blooming off of this screen too. Ah, and then he becomes the X-ray. That is cool. Oh my god. How do they even do that? It looks so good. It literally looks like the X-ray has come to life. It's so like off-putting, but like in the best way. Actually, I don't think it could be too hard to do. This could be a really fun effect to try to recreate. Maybe we should do that. This would actually be a really fun effect to try to recreate. Maybe we have to try to recreate it. But I think that they are actually inverting it so he's in front of a white background. And he's probably wearing like a white or a light gray color or something. So once you invert that, then you probably get something very similar to the look of an X-ray. But then of course, like the skull and the spine. But then, of course, there's the skull and the spine that you have to worry about. So how did they do that? It's either a 3D model of a skull, or it's just a photo that they're manipulating a little bit as he's talking. Because we could still see like his lips and his eyeballs just a little bit. That is such a cool effect, though. Oh my God, I'm very impressed with this music video. The door opening. Oh, okay. Come on. Oh my God. So that just confirms that the office is literally right next to that performance shot. So the exterior of the building was real. They actually did build that. Let me watch that again. Door opens by itself, flies through everything. So there's the cut right there. And then there's no cut right there. Okay. This is the best. This is one of the best solo music videos from a BTS group member that I have seen so far. It's amazing. Opening up this door, super simple. Someone is probably just opening it up on the other side. Very simple stuff. Everything floating, that's a 3D object. And J-Hope literally just has to pause as someone films around him. And then all of these objects are just added in after the fact. You can see that the camera flies through the coffee spilling, and then suddenly they're in the office building. So those are two separate shots. It's not one continuous shot like it might look like. So it's hiding. So the coffee spilling is hiding that cut. So the coffee spilling is hiding the cut there. So that's how it looks like it's one continuous scene, but J-Hope is over here and then over here. The office building to the performance room is one scene, and then him inside of this room is another scene. The office building to the performance is one shot, and then him inside of this room is another shot, and they're just blending them together. All of these papers, all of the coffee, all of the broken glass, everything, those are all just 3D elements that they just track in after the fact, and everyone looks paused because they just have to act like mannequins and act like statues. And then everything falls. So how did they do the falling of the glass? It's just all getting destroyed. I love it. It's such a mood difference between the rest of the scenes and then the performance scenes. Like the chorus is so powerful. He also has a different look with the piercing. Why are they all disfigured though? What is up with the people in the band? Oh! Oh! And the big reveal is that everything was happening inside of this box. How? I feel like my theory when all of like the green tinted scenes was him like reminiscing on how he got to this position. Or maybe this box is like a blueprint, or maybe this box acts as like a blueprint on like how he can get to that position. But it's very interesting. Like they just put this entire world inside of this box. Oh, that shot doesn't seem too hard to recreate either. You'll notice his nails. His nails are an accent. You'll notice his nails. They're mostly black with one white accent piece. He's mostly wearing black throughout this video, and then he's wearing white in just that performance area. This video is so good. It looks so good. I love like the film look of it. Everything about this video. This has to be one of the best BTS videos from a solo member that I've seen so far, if not the best. For all my Patreon people, let's take one more look at this video because it's just blowing my mind here. So we got that guy. So now we know that he's delivering. So is it the key? Is that a blueprint then? So everything we're watching is actually happening and not inside of the box because the box is still right there. And now we're traveling inside of the box. His hairstyle changes. See, I love like the effects in this video because they're subtle. They're not like overdoing it with the effects. Like they're just utilizing effects to help tell this story. Yes. I like this edgier side of J-Hope too. It's like we're following a couple different versions. I'm seeing like 3 different versions of J-Hope. 4 if you count that one. It's such a cool effect. I don't think I've ever seen this effect. I like it. Then we have the floating with everything paused. It just goes with the music so well because the music is so like soft right now. And the intensity is just gonna. So far, I like everything about this. I like the song, I like the video. It's like such a good aesthetic. Like if J-Hope continues with this aesthetic throughout this entire album, that'd be amazing. If he gets another music video for this album.
Yeah, Thursday. Better weather to resurfing. Suck out the music. Yeah. Mini money mo. 춤추는 낙이 flow. Keep my passion, I gotta go. I'm still not enough.
The little icing on the cake would have been if we saw people like walking around inside of there. Wow. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. I want to give a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, specifically Caroline, Jemmy, Jessica, Julia, Kimberly, Lisa, Lucas, Melissa, Maseju, Sabrina, and Victoria. If you're not already subscribed, join the crew, hit that subscribe button, and all right.